Hey everybody, it's Liz Brown, founder and CEO of L Brown Educational Consulting. I'm sitting in my car. I have just a few minutes to go over this, but as you know, we're doing our Planning Like a Pro series, and I wanted to come on here and talk about lesson planning for centers or rotations or groups or small groups, whatever you call that time. And I wanted to start with math rotations, and I want you to think through a couple of things. First of all, of course, how big you want your groups to be. I wouldn't do more than 4 students. Also, what is the content that you need your students to be practicing? How you want to split up your group. So do you have it by students who are more gifted or need a challenge, your students who are right, on par, and then your students who might be struggling a little bit. So those are just a few things to think through. When I was planning centers as a teacher, I tried to always have about maybe 4 or 5 groups. I'd always have one group working with me at the teacher table. I'd have one group who was playing like a partner game. I'd have one activity that was like independent, something they could do at their seat or on the floor by themselves. And then I'd try to have 2 other games or maybe something hands-on where they're counting with those little colorful teddy bears, or they're doing something with Play-Doh and making numbers, or they're working on equations and building, addition equations or subtraction equations with something. So try to think through A, how many students per group, B, how many groups, and I know that depends on the size of students in class that you have, what activities you want your students to be doing, and what is the content that you want your students to be learning while they're doing those activities. So I know this is a brief video and there's way more, you could flesh this out a ton, but I wanted to just get on here and explain those few pieces as you're thinking out planning like a pro. All right, I'll see you in the next video. Bye.